I bought the cheapest Altezza in North America, and this is my story of trying to make it not suck. Minasan konnichiwa. Hello everyone. We are driving the JDM van in the United States. Got a whole bunch of parts over there, got tires in the back. It's time to go see the Altezza and start working on it. I mean, at this point, this thing is just a Project D van. Ryosuke can sit and sleep there. We got tires in the back. It's even white to match. This thing is literally the Project D van.
Whoa, these guys really know how to make an entrance.
And there's my Altezza. So it is raining pretty heavily and there's water everywhere, but here's the car. Poor thing. Oh man, it looks awful without the lip on it. Need to get that lip back on. Been having some issues with that. The fender is a bit crunchy here. I don't think I want to do body work before I go ahead and paint it though. It's got the full TRD kit. And I added these LED tail lights. So one thing that I didn't have is LED inner lights. I bought these infinity lights. Infinity with a Y, not an I at the end. So it's got a couple of mirrors that go on forever. Basically a transparent mirror in the front and a non-transparent mirror in the back, and a halo light sandwiched in the middle. Now this is 4 inches and it looks like it will just fit. Yeah, it's the right size, it is the right diameter. So I may need to trim the outer edge or something, but it should just fit in. And then there's a LED halo that goes around, and I think it's gonna look absolutely awesome with the halo infinity light next to the LED tail lights on the outside. Okay, so the main thing I need to do is get this 17x8 AVS Model 5 pulled off the front. That way I can get the new tire on there. I am soaking wet now. I'm gonna do a lot more today, but it's soaking wet. I'm not gonna do an oil change in this weather. I'm just gonna take this wheel off, get a quick thumbnail with the parts in front of the car. Come on. And then head out. Next time I do drive it, it will be a different color with a lot of new parts on it, custom lighting, new tires. This thing has been long overdue for some tires and an oil change. Alrighty, that was easy. That comes off just like that. You can see our coilovers here. You can see the studs, brakes. Brake pad looks okay. I think it might be sticking. You have an angle kit over here from Drift HQ. Knuckle adapters right down there. It's hard to get a good look at them. And here we go back to a stock 16-inch IS300 wheel again. I'm sorry, car. I know. Technically, these conical lug nuts should not even be used with OEM wheels, but I'm not going to be driving it like this that much. So I'm not too concerned about it. Damn it. Doing this in the rain is miserable. My feet are soaking wet as well. Altezza, I'll be back soon with some new tires, and you will get painted, I promise. And you will get a new front bumper as well if that ever arrives, which it may not, let's be real. But hopefully it arrives, and hopefully we get a new bumper for the car, new paint, new LEDs, front and rear, new grippy boys up front, which I will show you now. These are the tires I'm gonna be running. These are Accelera Phi Rs. These are the last gen tires, but because they are last gen, they were also on clearance. To be honest, you don't need to buy Accelera tires on clearance. I just did so because I'm especially broke, but Accelera tires are always a good affordable option. Even more affordable than buying used tires actually. So I got this pair of 245 40 17s for my 17x8 Model 5s. These set me back about $150, which is a very good price for a set of high performance all seasons. Brand new. And now we take the Model 5s to the shop. A trusted shop, which will not destroy my Model 5s. Alright, and here is a complete overview of all the new parts that I have for the Altezza. We got the new R's, all this gold paint, 20 cans of gold Krylon paint. At $6 a can, I ended up spending $140 total for 20 cans. $140 for a complete color change. Now granted, that's without clear coat, but if I do like the paint job, I will add clear coat, trust me. We have these new infinity mirror LEDs, which are for a trailer, but they're universal, they're 4 inches. I will need to wire those up and figure out a way to secure them, but trust me, I'm motivated to make this work. I also got some LED bulbs for the front, which we can throw in right now. And once it's dry out, we can go ahead and finally paint this thing, because it's been primer gray for way too long. This is the wrong key. Here we go. Got too many cars. Good problem to have. Alright, here it is at long last. Hisashiburi desu ne. Beam's engine. Just check the oil out of habit, see what it's sitting at. It is absolutely fine. Ooh, HKS. I am wearing an HKS jacket. Check that out. It says HKS on the back too, but I'm soaking wet and I'm not taking this off to show you. Alright, so the headlight bulbs are right behind the housing. The low beams are on the inside, I believe. I'll turn them on and just double check. Low beams are on the outside. This pair of LED bulbs, this pair was $10 on Amazon.com. Just cheap Chinese stuff, but it should work. And if it doesn't, you can return it and get a full refund. So all you have to do on this side is pull out the bulb and swap it. Let's empty out our bulbs. And I'm gonna ignore what just happened for now. You gotta press in the tab. This ended up being super tight, didn't even want to come out with 2 hands, but it is out now. Boom, and here's the LED, which I should be able to install one-handed. At least I hope. Wait, what? Huh. It slips in very loosely. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Amazon was lying, they don't fit. Okay, I think it fits the high beam. I'm gonna turn on the high beams. Yeah, so they fit the high beams. Great. I didn't want high beams. Amazon, you pricks. Alright, well, let this be a lesson to listen to the product reviews, because someone did say that they sent the wrong bulbs, and guess what, they did. One thing I noticed just now is that this was not plugged in. Seems like it's some kind of parking light at the top of the housing, and on this side the plug doesn't even exist. It's just a couple of wires. There's no plug on there, which reminds me of the situation of my fog lights. The plugs are missing. It's just some dangling wires down there. As you can see, just a couple of wires with no plug for the fog light. If I'm gonna be putting on a Neo V1 front bumper, or V2 front bumper, sorry, then I will be putting custom round infinity fog lights, and I'll have to do custom wiring anyway. But it's still annoying that I have this OEM Altezza bumper with OEM fogs and the OEM Elegance kit, and I can't run the fogs right now. So if I do keep this bumper, if my other bumper never arrives, as it may not, I have a feeling I might have been scammed. I'm not too sure just yet. But if it doesn't arrive, I will use this with the OEM Elegance lip, and I will wire up these fogs and get them running again. And of course detail them really well, because they're so hazed up. So hazed up. It's not even legit HKS. It's just a jacket I bought from Temu. But I like it. I'm so broke I can't even afford a real HKS jacket. But I'm ready to risk it all for the chance at winning in D1 GP. I've got to train hard, I've got to make sacrifices. Everything in my life has to be centered towards making it towards that goal. And I really believe I can do it. So I'm ready to risk it all. I'm ready to put everything I have into this. And I am privileged. Don't get me wrong, I am very, very privileged to even be where I am, to have the things that I have. And comparing yourself to others, like if I look at a pro driver now and I look at their path and their storyline, I might think to myself, oh, they had it so easy. But of course, I don't see the struggles that they were going through. And I think what I'm doing right now is unique in that I'm trying to document my journey to the top, which is something not a lot of people have done. So if I do make it to the top, I will have a backlog of story. People can look back and see where I came from. A lot of people don't have the money to even buy a camera to start their own YouTube channel and document their progress. So I'm definitely very privileged to even be where I am. Alright, so I'm at the shop. Just dropped off the Model 5s with the new tires to get mounted and balanced. All of the seats can fold flat into beds, and honestly, it's quite relaxing, quite a nice position to take a nap in. Keisuke, get me an ice cold bottle of water. Alrighty, in the back of the van, check out these new Accelera Phi Rs. 8J, 8J, 17-inch AVS Model 5s in bronze. Dude, these things look so good. These are going to be the front wheels, and then I have a couple pairs of 17x7s in the same color. Although they look pretty good from like 5 feet away, the wheels are definitely not perfect. This one, for example, does have some chipping. This car only needs to be a 5 or 10 footer. It is a drift car, so it's gonna get bumped into sometimes, most likely. I am gonna be spray painting it. So all in all, $100 for mount and balance, $150 for both tires. So $250 to get brand new tires up front. You can see the date code. The first two numbers are the week, the second two are the year. So 37th week of 2025. These were manufactured over in Indonesia. Considering this is older stock of a discontinued tire, this is honestly a very good date code. Happy with that. 245/40s on an 8-inch rim. Looks very good. Not too meaty, not too stretched. I think it's a very good balance there. Good tires. I know a friend who has an 800 horsepower built IS300 that is running these tires, and he has had no issues, no complaints, and they are very, very cheap compared to your Michelins or whatever. And although those will definitely get you better performance, these will get you comparable performance for half the price. So in my book, that's a win. And here I have one of the pairs of 17x7 Model 5. It's less of an aggressive offset. This is plus 48 or plus 45, I think. I have another pair of those, so 4 17x7s in total. To get the rear end out, having grippier tires up front and less grippy tires out back will help with that. I'm also installing a mechanical throttle lock, so it'll completely delete and bypass the ETCSI drive-by-wire system. And on top of that, I'm also going to be installing this 4.3 final drive Toyota Mark II GX100 differential, and it's an open differential, and we're going to be welding it. It's kind of hard to find an Altezza fitting differential in the US. The GX100 and any naturally aspirated X90 and X100 Chaser Mark II Cresta models have a diff that fits the Altezza. It's a different diff than the IS300, so because it's a smaller, less strong diff, it won't be a direct swap. So I ended up having to drive all the way to New Jersey, like 8 hours in the Altezza, which was my only car at the time. Hopefully it'll be worth it. Well, my front alignment has quite a bit of camber wear and eats through tires real fast. My rear alignment, as you can see from drifting, has camber wear, but not a crazy amount. It's actually pretty even wear, meaning I can maximize the life of the tires. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today. Still waiting on that front bumper, that Neo V2 replica from the Dominican Republic to arrive, if it ever does arrive, hopefully very soon. And we'll be installing that, painting the car, custom lights, doing some maintenance on the engine, and installing some new mechanical parts to get it drifting really well in the next episode. Before we end the video, I want to show you my racing simulator, which is a very budget setup, $300 for the entire setup, including the PC and the monitor, built with all used or cheap parts. Anyone can do sim racing. Anyone can get seat time if you have a little bit of money to spare and some patience to spend deal hunting. So we have Thrustmaster components, which if bought new would be fairly expensive. We have a TX wheelbase, which is the same as a T300 with less steering angle, so it's 900 degrees instead of 1080. We have a TH8A shifter, which is a 7-speed plus reverse gated shifter. Feels pretty decent. We have a wheel stand called Wheel Stand Pro, and then the T3PA pedals. So that entire bundle cost me $150. This handbrake was $30 on Amazon. Paid $20 for this IS300 seat from a junkyard, and put some cardboard under it and a cloth so it doesn't scratch the floor. monitor, old Apple monitor, same with the keyboard, 15-year-old mouse. Nicer headphones, but you can use any headphones you want. You can plug in wired airline headphones, which are free. For now, I just have this eBay steering wheel, which was 20 bucks, and a 3D printed adapter, which was 10 bucks. Here's the PC that I built. It's based off of a Dell Precision 5810 workstation. We have a USB Wi-Fi card, that's 5 bucks. The workstation itself was 60 bucks, but then I sold the GPU that was in it, Quadra M4000, for 60 bucks, so got back the original cost. So I was into the PC for zero. I bought this EVGA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti, water-cooled. It's got a radiator up here and a Noctua fan. Got this used for 100 bucks on hardware swap. The PC has 32 gigs of DDR4, and the equivalent CPU is a Xeon E5 1630 V4. So it's the equivalent of an i7 6700 or so, and has a 685 watt power supply, so it can definitely handle 1080 Ti and then some. Gonna be very useful for developing steering techniques, muscle memory. But as far as upgrading, I do want to get Moza stuff eventually in the future. Teeny little monitor. This is not even 1080p, it's 1050p. All the way over there makes things hard to see when you're trying to drive on track, especially trying to simulate what real life drifting is like. So I'm going to try to invest in a used Oculus VR headset. I'm thinking about doing some streams, sim drifting. Might even try to set up a camera to show me working the wheel. If you want to see that, let me know. Thinking about maybe streaming on Twitch as well, but I don't have a viewer base there already, and all you guys are already subscribed to me on YouTube, so might as well capitalize on that. Okay, so I'm in the middle of editing. I just went to the post office and picked up my bumper. Finally, he came, so we got the bumper. Neo V2. Let's go. Cannot wait to get this thing put together. Also, check out my Balisong comb.